Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Explode Your Expert Business Show. This is the series because of GTeX, and today we have the one and only Katya Varbanova. How you doing, Katya?
I'm doing so well. I'm so impressed by your pronunciation of my name. People usually say Varbanova. So thank
Uh,
you.
we have, is a if people say my surname completely wrong all the time, and I think it's easier probably for an Italian to get the pronunciation of Eastern European countries
Very true.
uh, uh, rather than English. So I'll give it the credit to my Italianism more than anything else. So we're going to talk about how you created the viral templates. So we're going to talk about how you had an incredible successful launch and how you got a clarity on what was going to be next for you. But before we do that, can you tell us a bit more, just give a bit more context about who you are, what you do, so then people can get to know it, can get to know you better.
Oh gosh, usually it's other people giving their context on me. It's like, you tell me how you see me and I'll tell you after, but let's try this. And then you can add to it, okay? Because there's just so much I can cover. But the short story is that I used to work in banking up until 2015. And I started my business using Periscope back in 2015
Yeah,
when Periscope was really trendy.
yeah.
And I accidentally built an audience. Well, now I look back and it wasn't accidental, but at the time it felt accidental.
Hmm.
And I built an audience really, really quickly and was able to quit my job by turning it into a paid community within the first 3 months of doing it. And I discovered a passion for growing audiences and video and viral marketing. And mind you, I've been doing marketing and sales for 12 years now, but it
Right.
wasn't until I started my business that became my true focus. So over the last 5 years, I have focused my energy on helping entrepreneurs, experts, and course creators specifically on really growing audiences of customers and growing audiences of people who love to buy courses and digital products. A lot of my customers, a lot of my clients are people who do a lot of one-on-one right now, or they do a lot of high level services, and they really want to move towards more digital products based business where 80% of their income is more passive or semi-passive rather than them having to deliver services. And over the last 5 years, I built an audience of over 100,000 entrepreneurs across multiple different platforms. And because of that, people always come to me to learn how to do that. People always come to me to ask, okay, how do I grow an audience? How do I get thousands of customers? How do I grow my list? And all of front end marketing and customer acquisition has always been my zone of genius. And really, over the last few months, ever since we started working together, I really started even more focusing on passive income. My business has always been mostly passive income, but over the last 6 months, especially, it has been like over 80%. Now I am even at a stage where I don't have any one-on-one clients. I have VIP group clients, but there's only like 5 or 6 of them. So my time is really focused on creating and on launching products and, courses, memberships, just really creating content, which is my favorite thing to do.
Which
Yeah.
you're absolutely brilliant at. And I have to say, for everyone who is now watching or listening, that I was one of the first people when before 20K Nation there was Perry 10K, and I witnessed literally Katya building this audience starting from zero, quitting her job in 3 months. And I joined Perry 10K at that time because my wife got in, which was my girlfriend at the time, got in for free, and I saw her doing all these periscopes, and I got FOMO. I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you not telling me what this part of? And then she introduced me to you. and at that point, that's how I got involved into Parrot and K at the time, and witness your growth in the online space, literally from starting from zero to
Yeah, literally.
building an incredible audience and an incredibly engaged audience. It's not just an audience in numbers. It's the engagements that you get with the audience that make the difference. So kudos to you. I was super impressed. I was super impressed. There are very few people that reach that level in a short space of time like you did. So you have the magic touch in audience building. There is something that
It's
you
the viral. It's the viral magic. It's the viral
is the
magic.
you got the viral magic.
Yes.
So I want to ask you. We started working together. Well, I mean, we worked together in different capacities, but I think it was around November or December.
Yeah, I we started in November of 2019. I've just finished a massive launch for my 20K Nation Mastermind, and I because I'm such a starter type. I always have to start something new. I always have to
Oh,
change
yes,
things.
you are.
I cannot do things more than like I can't do something twice or three times. I always have to innovate, and it's a constant need of mine. So I think in November I came to you as a friend and somebody I trust, and I said, look, I really just don't really know what I want to focus on next. There's like I have a million different options, and it would be really nice to get some clarity, brainstorm some names. I tend to be very scatterbrained and very overwhelmed, and I do brainstorm sessions for my clients really well, but for myself I really struggle with. So I was like, let's do this. Let's brainstorm what we're gonna do, right?
Yeah, it was, and I want to ask you a question now because there are a lot of people that can be in that position
Mm-hmm.
where they find themselves that they build something which is solid, which is going well, but then they don't really know what to do next. How were when was the moment? I don't know if there was any particular moment when you realized that what you were doing before either wasn't enough or wasn't anymore the thing you wanted to focus on. Was that a particular thing
Oh,
that
it
happened?
it was after my launch, the launch that I had in September. It just didn't go the way that I planned it to. Like I had this perfectly planned launch that I planned for months and months and months, and then and then I compared it to the launch I did prior to that in April that I didn't plan at all. Like my April launch, I planned for 2 weeks. My
Mm.
September launch, I planned for 3 months, and the September one wasn't as successful as the April one. So that's when I realized there's probably
Yeah.
something I got to change, or something that I did this time around. Maybe it wasn't the right time. To be honest, it was a very overwhelming time for a lot of people. There was a lot of launches at the same time, so I think that
Mm.
increased everybody's costs. But yeah, it was really the launch. I was just like, I'm really not happy with the results. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't like they were like it's not like we didn't get any results, but it was the effort and the money that we spend and the time that we spend. It was just like what we made just wasn't worth it. It really
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like there must be a reason, and there's probably some alignment issues or some overwhelm. It was definitely overwhelm of too many things, and 20K Nation, my mastermind, which is what I launched, it was just becoming too many things. It was becoming too overwhelming. So yeah, I just needed to streamline a little bit, and I needed to decide what I was going to focus on after the launch, because I only launch once or twice a year. So
This is a very good point. Now, let's talk about decisions, because I remember during the process when we were brainstorming, okay, what's going to be your new methodology? What do you want to be known for? What are the things that, from the way I've known you for years, that I thought that you were really excelling at? You mentioned virality, client acquisition, all the front end of the marketing, the product creation. Like you've always been incredibly, incredibly good at it. Uh, how was for you the decision making process of seeing what to eliminate
Hmm.
and what to keep, because a lot of people struggle to find that that balance.
When we do it together, it's much easier. I need to usually verbalize the stuff that's in my head. I am not a thinker. I'm not someone that can just sit and think and it just comes out. Like, I have to speak it out, or
Yeah.
I have to bounce it back and forth with somebody. I remember we were thinking of different names we could call my community. We were thinking of different titles we can call me, because I've gone from, like, over the last 5 years, I've gone from being the Periscope queen to the live stream queen to the video marketing queen to the marketing and psychology queen to now the viral marketing person. It's like I've just changed my brand identity so many times. And don't get me wrong, each time one has added to it, the other. It's never,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like I've
Yeah.
gone from a relationship coach to a bloody, I've not done a
Yeah.
300.
Yeah.
But I think I was just looking for that next phase of my career. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm just going to have these moments once a year. Every year, I'm just going to have an identity change. So, you know what? You might be listening to this interview in 2023. Who knows what I am by then? Okay. Who knows?
Well, this is a great point. This is a great point, because I've like yourself, I've reinvented myself a lot of times. I mean, if you're talking even before starting my business, I went from being an activist and protesting against the capitalist system, being one of the first people at the Occupy movement in London, to now having businesses. Like, that couldn't be more contradictory. So I think there is a message here for everyone not to resist change, and not and embrace actually the development of who you are and who you are becoming. So then we did what I want to know from you, because what I helped you with was to come up with the methodology and the names, but then you turn that into products, and that's what you're genius
Yeah.
at. So I want to
Yeah.
know.
The one thing that you confirmed with me as we were working together was that I wanted to drop the personality typing part of my business and to
Yeah.
focus more on the viral marketing part of my business. And the moment I dropped that side that I didn't want to focus on anymore, the ideas started flowing for other things. So the moment the viral marketing became the focus, that's when I thought, oh, I should probably create some viral content templates for my brand. So because I've been creating viral content for 5 years, but sometimes even if you're good at it, you don't want
Yeah.
to be creating it from scratch. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to be creating viral content templates for myself, I wonder if my students would want it. So I just decided to create the viral content template bundle. And I thought that we were just going to sell like 100 or 200 of them. Turned out we sold 100 in like the first 2 days, and we and we ended up selling over 1,300 of them in the first 3 weeks, and generating over $36,000 in a from a $30 passive income product. Nothing. There's no coaching involved. There's no
Yeah.
groups. There's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
nothing. There's no Q&As. There was nothing involved apart from just delivering some templates and some trainings. And I was like, okay, I'm really onto something. But this wouldn't have happened if I didn't drop the stuff that wasn't exciting me anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and if I focused on the stuff that excites me. In fact, I don't know about you guys listening or watching, but anytime I have tried to sell something, if it didn't sell as well as I wanted it, I always look back and go, I wasn't as enthusiastic
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And anytime I have sold something amazing, I was like extremely enthusiastic about it. So that's what really happened in my last launch for the 20K Nation in September. I wasn't as enthusiastic about the personality typing anymore. And that was the huge part of 20K Nation. So as a result, I just didn't
Mm-hmm.
sell hundreds and hundreds of memberships the way that I wanted to. So
Yeah.
the
What
viral content
what uh,
templates. was the enthusiasm.
It was a great to see, because I think I was one of the first actually to buy when you said, hey, I've got this content templates.
You were the first affiliate. You
I
were
was
the
the
first
first.
affiliate ever. Yeah. You bought it. You bought them, and then you were like, "Oh, I'll
these
share
are
them. I'll share them
these
with
are
my friends."
awesome.
You were like, "These are awesome. I'm going to share them with my friends." And I said, "Hey, if you're going to share them, here's an affiliate link." And you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, and I actually said, no, well, you know what? I don't want an affiliate
Oh yeah,
commission.
you were like,
Just
"I don't want an affiliate link,"
affiliate
and I was
commission,
like,
just let me share. And you said, no, but I want to track how many
I
people
want to
come
track.
from you.
I want to track where they're coming from. Okay, to be honest, deep down, I also wanted. I also wanted to incentivize you to promote them. It wasn't
Well,
just
that was a good
tracking.
incentive. Your leaderboard, because the way that it turned into was from the template, and then having all the affiliates coming on board, and then having the competition and leaderboard, and then you sending me messages, hey, like you're really close. I know you can sell a bit more. And then my competitive spirit in me is like, okay, let me send another email right now. So,
You know what's funny? Anytime because I do a lot of affiliate promotions and affiliate competitions. I've been doing it for years, but anytime I bring on affiliates on board, they always say, "Oh, I'm not competitive. Like I don't care about." And the moment they make like 2 or 3 sales and they end up on the leaderboard, they're like, I am not getting out of this leaderboard. I am going to kill it. In fact, our number one affiliate at the time, she got at the top and she got like the number 1 spot. She never intended to, but once she got it, she was like, I am not leaving that spot. So I'm going to sell like a devil, right?
Yeah.
And it was just really, really fun. So yeah.
I want to know from you, there are a lot of people that keep doing things that they don't enjoy just because of their previous commitment, or because they have sold already programs, or they know, or maybe because they put a lot of work. I remember when you were talking, you had your entire membership based on personality profiling. That was the core element of why people were coming in on understanding personality profiling and how to use it for marketing purposes. So it was a big decision. It wasn't just I'm going to change the way I call myself. I need to restructure the entire freaking training that I've been building for the past 2 years. So what would you say to someone that they know that they need to do something different? They know they need to evolve, but at the same time, they are either scared, or they don't want, or they feel they've wasted all that time to build the things that they've built. So what would you say to them?
Well, what I did at the time is, obviously I had 2 choices. I could either keep doing what I was doing, or I could just change it. The reason most people don't change is because they're like scared they're going to disappoint, or they're like, oh, but I've promised this and I cannot do it. And I say, why not? Why can't you try something and realize, actually, this doesn't work for me anymore? So I don't know if it's because I've been doing this for long enough and I've worked with thousands and thousands of customers, or just because I was in the mood. But I just told my community, I said, listen, I know I promised you this over here, but I don't like it anymore. So do you want me to keep teaching you something I don't like that's going to suck? Or do you want me to teach you the stuff I'm passionate about that's going to get you results? And I didn't have a single person to complain. Every single person was like, that's the right thing to do. So every single person was happy. I think the biggest thing is people are worried that if they change the focus, everyone else is going to create a riot. And I was thinking, well, even if they create a riot, so what? They can all leave and I'll just do another launch. Like, it is at the end of the world if everybody, like, people are so afraid of their customers complaining. I'm like, you can complain all you want. The door is over there. If you want to leave, go leave, right? And if you want to stay, I'd love for you to stay. I'm not gonna bend over backwards to please other people. I am committed to getting people results. And if I know that the best way to get results is for me to be focused and for me to create from a place of high energy and enthusiasm, then that's the best thing for the community. It's not even about me feeling good or anything like that. I know that's what is going to be the biggest differentiator and the most helpful thing for my members. My members need good content. I can't create good content if I am in a funk. Simple as that.
So the idea is if you don't change and if you don't do something different, if you don't do what you want to do the most or what you love doing the most, then actually you're not serving your customers. Because then, you know, I believe in energy as you do. And the quality of your work and the quality of the results that your client will have depends on the quality of the energy that you put behind what you do. If you're doing something that you love, you're passionate about, that you really feel and believe is the right thing for your customers, they will feed from that energy. They will feed from that belief, and they will get the according results.
I agree.
So let's talk about a bit more about application. Now, what you did really well, as I mentioned, was to take the methodology and then, like you do, productize and reinvent yourself in that way. Is there anything that we haven't discussed yet so far that would be important to mention to make this process work? Because one thing is coming up with the idea and the structure and give that starting point, but then you did the work to make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
I provide the space to brainstorm and come up with ideas, but you at the end of the day made it work and made it happen. So is there anything that we have missed so far that was important for you to make it work?
Very important. I think after I hit the 1,300 sales of the viral content templates, I realized that this was something people needed. I mean, let's be honest, everybody's creating content on social media, and I had 100 viral content templates expertly formulated for audience growth and convenience so that they didn't have to create the content from scratch. It was all about convenience, and I created a tool that was incredibly useful. Now, my amateur self back 2015, Katya, what 2015 Katya would have done and be like, let's create another bundle and let's make a new bundle, right? And sell to the same people. That's what the old me would have done. Mm-hmm. But the 5 years in business, learned from mistakes, decided that actually, why do I have to create another bundle? If there's 1,300 people that are going to buy this, there's going to be 2,000 and 3,000. Mm-hmm. So over the last, what is it now? 5 months, 6 months almost. Yeah. All I have focused on is optimizing and scaling that one viral content template bundle rather than creating a whole bunch of other bundles. And I've really just focused on scaling that. And I think we just crossed over 100,000 in sales of a $30 bundle. I know it sounds crazy. Just as I say it, it's like, it's like some people make 100,000 and they have to deliver like 100 hours of coaching or 1,000 hours of coaching to people. I'm like, there's nothing to deliver. It's in the account and that's it. It's all done. There's nothing else to do. So we've really focused on scaling that. And now we're working on launching a membership side part of it, because now we have over 3,000 people that have bought the bundle. And a lot of them are saying, well, I want new templates every month and I want more and I want more. And I was like, well,
sure, I'll give you more.
I'll give you more. You pay us every month. I'll give you more every month. And so we're working on the back end to build a membership for the viral content templates for those customers that are like really, really happy and they want to use them. So that's going to be coming in a couple of weeks. And we're really just working on that right now and serving my existing 20K Nation members, but I think that's really the number one thing. If you find something that works, you know who I learned that from? You will laugh, but I learned that from watching The Apprentice. Lord Sugar always would give a task to people, and then people would, he'll give them a task to go and buy products and sell. And people, and those entrepreneurs, they'll go in the warehouse and they'll buy 20 products and then they'll sell them and then they'll go buy other 20 products. And Lord Sugar will always be like, you idiots, why didn't you smell what already sells? Smell what sells and then sell more of that. So I always have Lord Sugar at the back of my mind saying, Katya, smell what sells and sell more of it. Don't try to sell other things. Don't try to be clever. So
It
that's
is,
a lesson.
you know what, I think it is a big lesson, and it is also difficult to implement because sometimes we just fall in love so much with our ideas. We fall in love so much with what we think can sell or what we think can work, instead of really looking at, you know what, with all the things that I've done, what are the things that my clients buy the most, which is easier to sell, which gives them the most value, which they gives them the biggest feedback. I'm like, do more of that. Absolutely, do more of that.
Don't even get me started on people that are just like, I am so in love with the idea and I don't care what other people think. Okay, great. Go make it a hobby. Then that's a hobby. If you want to make a hobby, go for it. But then don't complain when you don't make money. It's like, oh, but I didn't. Nobody bought it. Nobody cares. Yeah, nobody cares.
Because you don't care.
Because it's no. Yeah. It's like you knew they wouldn't care. It was like, only you care. So what do you expect? Because you care and because you really are obsessed with your idea, everyone else is gonna buy it. That's another thing that I really believe in, and I've learned this over the years, is in business, when it comes to selling courses, memberships, digital products, viral bundles, as I call them, you cannot sell what you think people want. No one cares about buying things you think they want. You need to sell to people what they want to buy.
What they actually really want. Absolutely.
Yeah, what they want to buy. It's just insane to me how much people still don't get it. But oh well, it's because of that you and I are still in business. So go for it, guys.
Well, and I gotta say, it was really interesting because like, so Katya joined our program. So you joined our program, and then I helped you develop the system and then the program. And then I loved it so much that I became one of your customers. I'm like, no, I want you to help me now to create my database. And we had the launch of the event database, which we created an event with a database with more than, I said, I think, 100 events that we're looking for speakers, and then we created a database of 500 publications and a database of podcasts. And I remember I never made more than so all our sales are mainly higher end tickets, like whether it's courses, training, 500, between 500 to 10,000 or 20,000 pounds. That was our price range. And it was the first time, every time I tried to sell something for like 30, 40, I would have made maximum about like 20, 30 sales. And I think that with the event database, we had about like 300 or 400 sales, about 400 sales within 2 weeks. And it was insane. It was insane. So, and I want to say that because I think, you know, there are some people that keep friendship and business very separate. Say, no, I need to, like, I don't work with the people that I'm friend with, and I think there is something magical that happened when you can find actually help in your inner circle. Like, I've supported you, you are supporting me, and we are keep supporting each other in this way. So I wanted to make it a point for everyone that, no, this kind of relationship can work, and they can work incredibly well.
Here's the truth. When two friends have integrity, it doesn't matter that they're friends. They will still act with integrity in business too.
Yeah.
It's only an issue when you're friends, but in business, one of the parties doesn't act in integrity, then that's an issue, and, you know, conflicts can arise. But I never thought you and I would have any issues. I can help you, you can help me. It's, you know, for anybody listening, I do believe that working with people that have known you for a long time, it can be super beneficial because it cuts all the, if I was to go to a complete stranger, they wouldn't know my history. They wouldn't know what I've been through. And they'll ask me questions that are only relevant today, but that doesn't mean those questions would actually be helpful. So Yeah,
Very good point.
yeah, and also I trust when you're spending you know, 4 figures plus, you want to know, you want to trust the person, and I had full trust in you, always have, always will. So
Oh, thank you. Same for you.
yeah.
So, if someone wants to, we are going to wrap up in a moment. So, someone wants to reach out to you, get in touch with you, or buy your templates, see what is the magic in terms of products that you create. What's the best way to reach out to you?
I've started experimenting with something really interesting and moving away from social media. And I've got a Telegram channel now where I share thoughts on a daily basis about marketing, about entrepreneurship, about mindset. So come and join my secret Telegram channel. It's like a WhatsApp channel, except you don't get a million notifications. You only get notifications whenever I post, and that's it. And that's at www.katya.live, and Katya is spelled Katya. So katya.live, just type that in your browser or on your phone, and then download the Telegram app, or if you have it already, and it will get you there. And that's how you can stay in touch. And then if you want to grow your audience, if you want to create better content on social media, I cannot stress how helpful having the viral content templates are for your business. Even if you're not the one that creates the content, like even if you have a designer or a social media manager or VA that does the content for you, you can save tremendous amount of time and money with having 100+ viral content templates. And they're expertly formulated for audience growth and for engagement. So if you need more eyeballs, more bigger audiences, then I think they will completely transform your social media. And yeah, grab them. They'll be included in this video somewhere. Simone will drop you his sexy link, and you
put my affiliate link so we can track.
So we can track. You know,
so we
I
can track.
Yeah. So we can track. So we can track if this interview was seen by enough people, how many of you listened, you know, because if you listened, you'd buy.
Absolutely. So make sure you get them. And I got to say, I'm actually spending, at the moment of this recording, tomorrow, I'm spending 1 hour with my assistant to train her on how to take our content and put it in the templates. So that these templates are incredible. Make sure you get them because they make a difference. I didn't, in particular with Instagram, I always posted just because I wanted to have a presence there. And then since I started using Katya strategies, between the hashtag strategy, between the content templates, then my engagement on Instagram, I think like quintuple. So
is that 5X?
I gotta say, 5x. So and I've been like just playing around with, because Instagram is not my main platform. I know Harriet, which is part of the bootcamp, where she built her audience using those templates in very short space of time to like 1,000 followers account, all organically, without buying. So I'm get the templates. That's it. What can I say? So to wrap up, Katya, this is where we wrap up with the final sentence. I will ask you to complete the sentence because of GTeX. So over to you.
I'd say because of GTeX, I got out of the creative funk that was holding me back, and went back into content creation machine mode, which led to creating one of the best products of my life. So thank you, Mr. Vincenzi, for your support always.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being here. And I am looking forward to seeing you in another episode. And if you are interested in say, actually, I would love to work with GTeX and Mr. Vincenzi, then there is going to be a link. You can find it in the show notes where you can book a call, and then we can have a chat and see how we can work together and support in your business. That's it for me. That's it for Katya. Thank you very much for joining us today. And until next time, remember that together we grow exponentially. Ciao.